Hey guys, it's Anita here. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is all this week we've been talking about and sharing strategy around attracting your right fit clients. And so, today, coming to you on a Saturday, what I want to talk about are some of the things that happen in our mindset when we feel like we have an idea, we want to go after it, we write out a plan, we start implementing some of the strategies that I've been talking about this week about reaching out to your right fit audience. Using one tool you can use is podcasting. I've given you some real practical tips on how to be able to do that this week. But the thing that I want to talk about today is really like mindset. So studies show that when we get this vision, oftentimes what can happen is like a fear can kind of kick up and you can feel a little bit overwhelmed. We've practiced this, we've recognized this. This happens all over the place. And in that, what can happen is once we get fearful of trying new things and once we get kind of overthinking it of trying these new things, then we can get kind of overwhelmed and that can cause us to be stuck. So what I want to do today is talk about ways that you can get unstuck and specifically as it relates to your mindset. So when I am stuck myself and I feel overwhelmed and that causes me not to move forward, I'm going to say in language that says, like, in the vision that God's given me, you can use whatever language works for you, totally good. But you have a vision of where you want to go. You have this outreach of attracting these right fit clients. And one of the things that we want to do is be able to figure out, okay, now I have these steps. I've been given practical, tactical steps, and now I want to move forward. And then you hit kind of a wall. And so the thing is what we want to do is figure out a way to get past that wall. So what's interesting is there's lots of psychological studies that are done around people that kind of get right into this mode. And what happens is instead of feeling like um, we're not sure what to do. We get overwhelmed with too many things to do. We might start like researching more options. We might start feeling like we have to get more knowledge. We might start by thinking that we have to take in more information to be able to do the task better or to do it more perfect. Some of us, our personality styles are like, I can't do it until I get it absolutely right. But instead, what I have found is the most helpful thing. One of my good friends, Eileen Wilder, she tells me all the time, Anita, it's this fast, imperfect action that actually results in the change that you want in yourself and your business. And so, really, what I want to encourage you today is once you get the vision of what you're supposed to be doing, and then you get the practical steps of how you're going to do it, instead of feeling overwhelmed, just take the fast, imperfect action every single day. It can be fast, messy action every single day. It can be fast. I didn't get it all done, but I showed up and did it anyway. And so let's take this back to reaching out to people doing podcasts to be able to attract your right fit clients. So I've given you some steps this week about how to go out and do your research, do your invitations, make it all about somebody else, not about you, all those kinds of things. You can go back and listen to those previous lives if you want more detail. You can reach out in the comments of all these live posts and I will answer your questions personally. So go ahead and do that. But the other thing that I notice is sometimes it can be like, okay, now I got the strategy, now I got the tactics, but I'm stuck in my mind. And what we don't want to do is get stuck in my mind. We want to try small steps because don't we know anything that we're new at, we're not going to be good at it. Um, I was trying to think. I think it's Myron Golden that says like whatever task you start the very first time, you're not going to be good at. Oh, sorry, it's Garrett White. You're going to actually he uses the term like you're going to actually suck when you start a new task. And so this may be a new outreach strategy for somebody in 2025 using podcasts to attract the right fit audience and grow your own personal audience organically. But if that's the case, just know as you start podcasting, as you start reaching out, you might not be great at it because it's a new skill set. So the reason I say all of these things is to encourage you to start anyway. There's a phenomenal book called Soundtracks by John Acuff that taught, or you can couple this with Atomic Habits. And in both of those books, what he's doing is talking about retraining our mind to be able to build new habits. And you can use things like I have some marble jars on my desk right now as I'm going live every day. I'm showing like where I am right now and where I want to go. And I'm tracking those habits. And the reason I do that is it gives myself a visual cue of the progress that I'm making every single day. Or I write it down on my calendar and I put a big red X when I've done the thing that I wanted to do each and every day. See, all of those little habit hacks are things that are going to help us to make the progress that we need to develop the new habits, to take the new steps in our business so that in 2025 we can really thrive in our consulting business or entrepreneurs or coaches or whatever it is that's your thing that you want to be able to grow. So I really want to encourage you, if you have other questions about what to do, if you have other questions about how this works out, if you have other questions about overcoming the limiting mindsets that somehow say I can't do something because it's new, what I want to encourage you is post in the comments down below would be possibly step number one. What are things that you guys do as my audience? I'm streaming on 5 different platforms live right now. So there's thousands of people that these live streams are actually going out and hitting right now. So post in the comments what it is that you do to overcome these obstacles, to go and do the hard things. In our house, one of the things that my kids and I talk about all the time is courage is not that the fear is going to go away or those thoughts of doubts are going to stop happening. What happens is when we recognize and flex the muscle of courage is that we're going to do the things that we're kind of afraid to do, kind of worried about doing. We're going to do them anyway. We're going to gather our troops around us, bolster ourselves in the activity, and we're going to do them anyway. We're going to show up anyway. We're going to create the live anyway. We're going to do the podcast outreach anyway. We're going to apply to, I don't, there's so many different ways that you can apply this to your life. So post down in the comments, what are the things that you use as tools to overcome feeling fearful or feeling overwhelmed or feeling stuck. Then the second thing that I want to do, if you want more information or you just want to have a conversation of, Anita, I'm stuck right now, I don't know what to do, just give me a call. There's a link that's in every single one of these lives where you can you can book some time to be able to meet with me and we'll have a strategy call and we'll help you just take one step forward in your journey of being an entrepreneur, one step forward in being your journey as a wealthy SAP consultant, one step forward in your journey of being a coach or an executive or whatever it is where you are today. So be so blessed as you watch this live and take action, and then let me know how it's going. Ask your questions, tell me where you're stuck, and we'll continue to make videos